Hey there, welcome to Investing with Kai, where investing today means investing in yourself and not the stock market. So my question to you today is, have you ever felt like you had goals or dreams that you've always wanted to accomplish, but you end up procrastinating on them and keep pushing them off by the day, by the week, until maybe it's been months and you haven't even started the steps to achieving what you wanted to do? Like, do you bounce between feeling super motivated, maybe even at random times of the night before you sleep, where you're just like thinking about like, oh, like it'd be so great if I could start this YouTube channel, or it'd be great if I made this career change. And then eventually you wake up, you have to go to work, and after a long day of work, you just like don't want to put the effort into it. You're tired, you want to like kick back, watch Netflix, hang out with your friends, play video games, maybe have a social gathering, except during these times. So if you've ever felt that way, where you have these big dreams and you're always procrastinating and you're always pushing them off because you're tired, you don't have mental activation energy to start working on them, I want you to know that you're not alone. I've suffered through this. I have friends who currently suffer through this. I have family that suffers through this. And you know, before I start my anecdote and talk about my issues, I want to say that my experiences with motivation issues and procrastination are somewhat unique to me, in the sense that my root issues may not be your root issues. The things I did to cope may not work for you to the same degree. But at the very least, if you leave this video feeling like you are able to relate, or feel like you're not alone, or maybe even feel like if one of the things that I did to cope helped you, I think that me sharing this experience was, like one step forward for mental health. So where do I begin? I've always wanted to redo my room. I've always wanted to clean my room because I grew up in that room since I was 5, since my childhood, my younger years. And essentially there's just a lot of items in there that I don't use anymore, right? So there's tons of toys, tons of clothes that I've way overgrown by now, old laptops I don't use anymore, tons of school supplies like loose leaf papers, mechanical pencils, those Bic pens just like jammed under my bed. There's just like a lot of things that I don't use anymore. I also have a horizontal drawer for my clothes and maybe some other objects in there, just like other junk that I don't use anymore. And it just takes up a lot of space, and I've always wanted to get rid of it and replace it with the horizontal one. I always just put it off. I spent a lot of time playing video games instead, kicking back. I always told myself like I had a long day of work or I had a long week of work, I want to hang out with my friends. I always thought that, like socialization, if that's a word, socialization, was better than cleaning my room by myself. So essentially I always put it off. So at first I want to play a guessing game. Take a guess on how long it took me to even begin starting to clean my room, like starting the process, even like touching anything and picking it up. I'll wait. Oh, welcome back. So if you said 3 years, you are correct. It took me 3 years to even start cleaning my room. Something that would have taken maybe a day to maybe a week or two at most. I think having broken down the steps now, all I needed to really do was to kind of just pack everything up that I didn't need into boxes that I bought somewhere like Target or Home Depot. Everything else that needed to be thrown away, I just needed to get stickers from the city, carry them downstairs, and they're gone. And most of my stuff would have been gone or donated, like my clothes. I think it would have been like a 1 or 2 week ordeal, but it took me 3 years to even start. And I'm not done, but I am making a lot of progress. I've cleaned maybe like half of my room, and the drawer I bought to replace my horizontal drawer is still sitting there collecting dust for the last 3 years. It really just shows you the dangers of telling yourself tomorrow. You could always just keep telling yourself tomorrow, and it could be 3 years. So I was 21 when I wanted to clean my room, when I wanted to redo my room, and it's been 3 years. I'm almost 25 now. I'm 24, almost 25. So thinking a lot about my procrastination issues, I realized 2 things, right? So the first thing I realized was that I like to just cluster up goals as really big objects when really they should be taken as small actionable steps. For example, like cleaning my room. I didn't see it as like individual, like, oh, I need to just pack up the clothes I don't want, and then I need to clean the underside of my bed, and then I need to go to the city hall to get a sticker for trash pickup for my drawer, and then take whatever clothes that I don't want, go donate them, and then take everything else and just trash them, right? Like, I don't see it like that, and it's something I've been working on. So how I see it is I usually see it as like one big thing to do, right? I just need to do this big thing. I need to take everything and I need to move it out. So like, because I always think like that, it makes tasks like seem a lot more daunting than it has to be. And the way I've been coping with that is to make small, like actionable steps. And I kind of take it one step further. I make small, actionable, why would you stop there steps. So what I mean by that is, like, for example, right, if I was gonna go to the gym, instead of telling myself, oh, I need to work out as my actionable step, I tell myself, okay, look, you need to just put on gym clothes, okay? That's step one. Then you need to just sit in your car, right? So like after the first two actionable, why would you stop there steps, you're essentially sitting in your car with your gym clothes. So like you start, it's basically like, why would you stop there? You have all the momentum, you're already there, like, are you really gonna walk back into your house, go into your room, change out of your gym clothes? So I think when you make like small actual, why would you stop there steps, you essentially give yourself steps that take only a couple minutes, but they end up giving you so much momentum to just continue and just finish what you wanted to do. For cleaning my room, my small actionable why would you stop there steps were, you need to just clean that corner of your room. So you need to clean a fourth of your desk. Just take out like one drawer of clothes. Like you don't have to clean the entire like drawer set. You just need to take out one drawer of clothes, and if you don't want it, put it in the box to be donated, or if you do want it, then put it in the box you plan on keeping. And it was just like little small actionable why would you stop there steps that kind of like carried me into cleaning essentially half my room, and I'm well on the way into redoing my room and potentially painting it this coming summer. And as like another example, right, if you're planning on making a career change, applying for a new job, and it seems like a really daunting task, which it is. You have to prepare your resume, prepare for interviewing, you have to apply, do your phone screens, still perform well at your current job, and then like prepare for maybe a scary on-site. It's just a lot to do or process at the same time. But your first step is to just fix your resume. That'll take maybe 30 minutes, and it's nice to have a clean portfolio of what you've been up to. It'll make you feel good, it'll make you feel like you've achieved something, and maybe that'll just carry you to just send off your resume because you already just finished your resume. Like, just find a couple of jobs that you like, and then just kind of stick it one step at a time until you get to where you are, rather than to just imagine this huge bubble of things you need to do and just like clump it into one thing. Like, I need to make a career change, or I need to start working out, I need to clean my room, I need to remodel my home. By breaking it down to small actual steps, you kind of just force yourself to build that momentum and make it easier on yourself too. It only takes maybe a couple minutes to get started with each one of these actionable steps. And the other issue that I was dealing with that contributed to my procrastination was a sense of perfectionism. And I think everyone deals with perfectionism in one way or another. And it's usually some flavor of not wanting to do something for fear of failure, feeling like it is not your best work, whether it's like singing, an art form, a craft, a product, a business. It's a super normal problem because who doesn't want to put out their best work? And the way I've been dealing with that is to kind of realize that there's no perfect, right? There's always room to grow. There's always room for improvement. And if you don't start somewhere, there's nothing to improve. So I think it's really important to just get started. As some of my audience knows, I'm an engineer, and from an engineering point of view, it's also the same, where when you want to ship a new product to software, there's always a sense of like, I want this to be perfect, but that's like not possible. Like, I think shipping bug-free software is nearly impossible. There's always something that'll come up, some edge case that no one found earlier. And if all these engineering companies like Facebook, YouTube were to just like, okay, we need to like clear out every bug before we ship, there would be no YouTube, there would be no Facebook, because even today they're developing improvements, they're improving the UX for essentially user engagement and extending features even. So like there's no sense of perfect, and there'll always be room for improvement. So that's how I've been coping and dealing with my procrastination issues by tackling big tasks and breaking them down into actionable steps, as well as tackling my perfectionism issue and just reminding myself that there's no perfect and there's always room for improvement. And if you don't start, there's nothing to improve on. I didn't know anything about lighting or making a quality video. Like, my first week of having this camera was atrocious. The lighting was terrible. I was using like the natural room lighting, and eventually I just kind of learned more on YouTube, kept practicing. I'm getting better at talking to the camera, steering eye contact with the camera, staring at the camera, and these things just take practice that would have never occurred if you just don't start. So if you're someone who's looking to make a career change, you don't have to do a lot. Just make the actionable step. Don't make it a big thing. Just fix up your resume. Who doesn't love a new resume that reflects what they've been working on as a recent update of their skills and experience? If you're looking to start a business, just put that out on paper, put your product out on paper, start talking about what the value is, who your audience is, and then talk to your friends and family. What do they think? Would they buy your product? Do yourself a favor. Don't repeat my mistake of redoing my room and spend 3 years making that career change, or spend 3 years starting the business idea, because it could even be longer than 3 years. It could be 6 years, it could be 10 years, and I know your future self will be upset with you if you didn't just go out and do it right now. Do it now, make small actionable steps, make small, why stop there, actionable steps to remind yourself that it's not going to be perfect when you start, and it's better to start than to have nothing to improve on and get better at. Just start somewhere. There's always room for improvement and to adapt to whatever happens. That I'm confident that if you just keep adapting, you're eventually going to figure something out. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope that you're able to take something from this and kind of use it for yourself. So if you liked the video, put a comment down below on what your next goals are. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you guys next time.